Now, before we do that, massive shout out once again to Alex Dial. At the end of this match, he hit us with the big ol' gifted 5 subs, tier 1. Congrats, Rainbow Dash 98473, Cranky04, Lord Revan 1982, Gary's Grab Shack,
I have him on.
and one
Like
Evster.
he can hear me. Like he can hear me.
Wait, hello?
Yo, yo.
Uh, yeah, seems like we do have somebody coming in here. We have Leroy,
Oh
who's
my
going to
lord.
be on a secondary mic.
What's going on?
Having a
What's
little bit
going
of
on?
presence here, but that's completely okay for the University of Hartford, as you can see everything
Mm-hmm.
up in the
All
back.
right,
Whoa, man.
give me a moment. Give me a moment. I
Oh,
gotta.
sorry. We're going to be delaying off the questions. This gives me a great opportunity to ask for questions from chat. Any questions that you have
Virgin
uh,
Brands metals and shambles.
would be incredibly helpful, as we are going to be heading in here a little fast with it, so we have to make sure that we get production up and going. We'll hit the
Understood.
questions in a second here. I think I can ask a couple without us, losing any content. How are you feeling, Leroy? How's your day going so far?
Um, I say my day was very strategic in the way that preparing for this playoffs. My mindset was certainly built up to a structure. In the morning, I brushed my teeth, I skipped breakfast, played 2 hours straight of comp before my first class. I came off of class, I went straight to comp. My head was very structured in a way that I was expecting a good, fulfilled victory.
Wow, incredibly strong words, and I'm glad to see that that mental is incredibly strong here on the side of the University of Hartford. Well eloquated as well. Sorry, just standing in awe of the distance that the University of Hartford has come. It's very nice to see that throughout the entirety of the day you're thinking about the game, thinking about performing, and just putting on the best thing that you possibly can. You really did today.
Yes, sir. That's all I can do. This team needs much more than anything I could possibly aspire for. Because
Wow.
this is where I start.
Love to hear it. Now, moving on into the interview. So, first, I want to talk about King's Row. There was a few moments where you kind of just fragged on the Lucio. I
Yeah.
remember I want to say it was the first fight of your attack phase on King's Row. You found like the first 2 kills. You wanna walk me through that? It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah. So, I say basically my play style has been tailored to, you know, whenever there's an opportunity, I have to strike because seconds, milliseconds, I learned count in this type of game that we were playing. Essentially, I don't, I in my head, I was making sure that there wasn't too much risk being involved, meaning that whether I was at low health or not, whether my team, needed me to be in essentially the area in my aura. I was just thinking if the opportunity calls and I can make it and I can use my speed as a utility, I can make things happen. I can make a big stagger happen, and we can, cover much more ground.
Man,
Absolutely, and I think that was very evident in your playstyle. Sorry, Adam, go ahead.
no, please.
Yeah, it was very evident in your playstyle. You were going in, fragging, getting those kills. Can you talk to me about your mindset when it's been coming to practice recently? Have you been trying to frag out a lot more on the Lucio? Obviously, there's a very large disconnect within the Overwatch community between supports who go in for damage, your Moira players, your low elo ranked Moira demons, your Lucio, your SKs at the top rank too. And some of them are throwing, some of them are doing a fantastic job, and that argument will probably reign forever. What has been your practice strategy towards besting the angel and devil on your shoulder when it comes to playing support between fragging out and supporting your team as best as possible?
Yes. Okay. So when I make a decision, right, in a game, it basically tailors to how much confidence I have in my team. Given that, um, whenever whenever there's an opportunity that comes my way, where I know there is less risk and more reward out of me actually going out and essentially converting to a DPS, play style in whether mid fight or whether, whenever the opportunity calls, I will take that opportunity. When it comes to the community of why people complaining about how support players they convert themselves strictly to a DPS type of format, type of play style. Um, Honestly, for me, there's a balance. There's a definite balance. I do not go, head over heels over getting a kills, how many kills I can get. No, I do not do that because I know that a mindset like that will make my team fall apart. So yeah, to those people, I say that a balance is very, very greatly needed. And you can balance that play style. You can balance that play style between focusing on your team, supporting your team, and focusing on getting frags because in hand, right? Like in yin and yang, they will support your team. Whatever you do as a support player must support your team.
Wow, and words from the mountaintop there that I am surprised by. And honestly, we should elect you the CEO of support players around the world. I think everybody could use a little bit of that analogy, that yin and yang, that balance. And if they would stop griefing my games, that would make me happy if they would listen to you. Please,
Wait,
anybody,
so do you not want a duo
please.
later?
I will be absolutely dueling with Leroy, especially with amazing words like that, understanding the support role and doing a fantastic job every single week at it. Thank you so much for that response.
Of course, of course.
Now, Leroy, I'd just like to ask, what was your favorite moment of this game today?
Um, I'd say my favorite moment was I think I think before point A on King's Row, we were able to rather win a fight with two team members critical, I believe. Um, I I can't specifically say so, but I'd say basically of course I'd say my favorite map in general would be King's Row. I definitely had a lot of fun there. As I got a couple frags as you mentioned earlier. I think that was kind of like my favorite map play
Yeah,
of
certainly.
today.
And on top of that, one of your critical jobs as a Lucio, as you know, is building up your sound barrier to counteract the graviton surge. And I couldn't think of a time where they had the grav where you didn't respond to it with your sound barrier.
Not
You,
once,
yeah,
actually.
you like every time I heard Zarya shout angry Russian words, I heard, "Let's break it down."
Yep. I
Yeah,
made
and a
sure that was
perfect
up.
accompaniment every single time.
Yes, I made sure that was one of the things. It wasn't. It was till Sunday where I realized that change must be made. Right, the race to getting your ult, my ult on. Whether that's shooting, whether that's healing, whether that's just keeping just keep on just making action. And every action right in the game it goes towards your ult. So I made sure that if I was going to be if I was going to be useful in any shape or form, whether besides my skill, besides what I can do, is getting that O online. That's a priority for me because I know how much that O can do and how much that O can change the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there was even a time where you were stuck inside of a grab with a Reaper inside of all five of you guys, and the beat comes online and you save every single one of them, entering third point on King's Row. I mean, it was perfect. It was really, really well played. I'm glad that we grabbed a healer for this, or sorry, a support for this interview because it's great to hear the mindset from somebody like you as opposed to Nift who just, I hit heads. I frag like that. I'm built like that. I mean, dude is 7'2". He has everything in life. Well, we can't give him everything.
Yeah,
Interview
yeah,
spots
having
every time. Come on.
yeah having a trustworthy teammate, it goes a long way too. So my growth can grow exponentially. I definitely know now where I need to be, and the grinding doesn't stop. As soon as I finish the TV, I'm going home and I'm playing competitive. I'm
Yes,
not stopping till I
sir.
hit top 500 support. I'll
Yeah,
make that.
let's
I'll
let's
make that a
yeah.
statement.
You can
And
do
we
that.
can just swap that right into the final question, which I'll throw up for Adam here. Something he loves to ask.
So what I always ask people is, like, what comes next? So you just gave us a bit of a hint. As far as like what comes next for today, you were saying you want to go home and play comp. What's coming up next week? You're gonna have another match. What are your goals? The rest of the season, and also like you kind of touched on it. What are your goals as far as Overwatch go?
Um, I'd say towards Overwatch, my goals kind of range, not even range. It's just getting better. I can be better. I know there's a better version of. There is a universe where I am top 500. There's a universe where I am maybe number one ranked support on in the north. So I will. So from now on, it's just practice. It's just practice. This is getting better. And since 2 months since I've been playing competitively, I've realized that there's an exponential growth that I'm capable of. and I know that there's no the sky's the limit. There's no limit for me. I can skyrocket. I can make it. I can do it. I'm capable of it. I've shown it, so I can do more. I have more to give.
Absolutely. I don't think I've heard better words spoken in this interview for the segment. Taking it all by storm. Every interview stacked up against this one. This one has inspired me personally the most, and I'm so proud of the University of Hartford picking up players such as yourself who have such a solid forward and progressive mindset towards getting better and not even looking at it from a video game perspective, from a life perspective as well. To keep all of that together, it's truly incredible. I'm so glad that I'm glad I get to know you as a person, man.
Oh
Especially after
yeah,
this
man.
interview, it's actually really really nice.
Yeah,
So
it
thank
means
you
a
for
lot to
all
me.
of the incredible words.
I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. This means a lot to me, and to give back to the people who invested time with me, such as you yourself, Peter, and you yourself, Adam. There's nothing much I can do but to give that effort and exponentially give it back,
Wow.
exponentially perform.
Yeah, and thank you so much for all of that. Um, Sorry, we're getting a little personal here. Uh, it is just really awesome to see all of this and understand how much this means. I mean, this is the first time the University of Hartford's actually won a playoff game, and we'll be heading into the new one on Thursday, I believe, unless there's rescheduling, or is it next week?
I
Next
think it'll be
week, I think.
Next
it's
week.
next week.
Okay, so we do have a week break, a lot of time to practice and get better. University of Hartford, I imagine, has a bunch of scrims lined up. And not only that, out of scrims, University of Hartford has incredible members who are grinding and making sure that they have a solid mindset for games up ahead and in the future. Thank you so much, Black0ut, Leroy, for joining us for this interview. We are going to be ending the stream here, but next week we are going to be starting off. Um, we're going to be starting off next week Tuesday with the second round, University of Hartford playoffs. Really excited to be casting. Can't think of anything else I would love to do. Get to watch some incredible games, talk to some fantastic folk, and this is a great time all around. So if you're here, follow the channel, follow youtube.com/ at Eric Culver. Weird new change that YouTube has done. But
Yes, sir.
check us out, watch the VODs after the fact, catch us live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. From now on, probably just Tuesdays, but in season, we will always be streaming these live at those times around 7 o'clock. And you can always join the Discord by hitting Command Discord and be able to, check out and we see when the stream is live, not during game time. So check it out if you would like to. Thank you so much to Leroy for being our fantastic interview. Um, Thank you, Leroy, for our fantastic interview at the
Of
end
course.
here. Got distracted by something in chat here as we are going to be doing some producing on the side. But I think that's it for today. I don't think there's any other words. Anything you'd like to shout out? Did you post that video actually, real quick before we
I'm
end? Did
gonna.
you post the video somewhere,
I,
Leroy?
Leroy.
Oh, yeah, you talking
The
to me? Oh
montage
yeah,
that
I
you
wanna
made.
I wanna watch it before we end the stream. I wanna rewatch it.
yeah. Yeah. I posted it actually in the one of the channels in the Discord.
Oh, it's only in Discord.
No, no, oh no, it's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
please shout out the
It's
YouTube.
it's it's, it's
If we
attached to
can get
my
it posted in the chat, that would be awesome as
it's
well.
attached to my Discord Discord user.
Discord.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull that up. Amazing montage that we're gonna highlight here at the end. Leroy made by himself.
Yeah.
Incredible. It is really, really incredible.
It
Would
ain't too
love for everybody
much.
to watch it.
It ain't too much, but it's just when you have a drive for something, when something really touches your heart that you wanna, kind of if you kind of imagine something and you really, 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 really want to just have a way to express it in a much more artistic form. You know, that's exactly what I did. It's always good to see it. It's always good to see what you imagine. You know.
Absolutely. A humble man to boot as well. Do we have the video ready to go?
Uh, I don't yet. I wasn't sure where to find it. Do you wait? Did he say which channel it was in?
I
Yes,
believe
it's
it's an
on mine.
Overwatch.
Hold on, I
Overwatch?
can.
Did it get pinned?
Yeah, Overwatch. It begins.
I can.
No, did it get pinned?
Yeah, I
Oh, I
know.
found it. I found it. I found it.
Okay.
Okay. Uh. Oh, pause. Hold up.
We'll also be posting it in the YouTube live, or sorry, the Twitch live chat. We're streaming for too long.
Let me. Let me hide these. Alright, good enough. It begins. Overwatch 2 Season 1. Dude, I love these shots.
I really hope that you change scenes.
Shh.
I knew it! I knew it!
The worst part is that it's the same scene. I just had them minimized. Oh, that's so cool. The frag. Dude, this part is so clean.
Can't see what you're after, by the way.
No! Leroy's doing it! That's 4! Make it 5, that's 5K! Oh my god! I do want to check. Okay, no, this was a different team. I can't tell which. I don't remember which team this was, but yeah, dude, that was wild.
Yeah.
And everybody that just watched on stream, this was made by our very own interview target. I couldn't think of the right word.
Guest,
Leroy.
perhaps.
Yes, guess a much better option of word there. Our guest Leroy made that montage. You can click the link in chat, watch it yourself. It's really fantastic. Support creators like this, especially because it is just a passion project, and he won't be he'll be humble about it, but it is incredibly well produced, well put together, and I would love to see some more / even pay this man to do mine. Only if I could farm up clips like he does. But thank you so much, Leroy, for joining us for this incredible interview. We are going to let you go. Everyone has stuff to do, and I know you want to get back to that comp grind. We'll probably see you on it later tonight. But
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so much for an incredible match and incredible interview after the fact as well.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
thank
for
you.
having me. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your guidance.
Of
I
course.
started waving too early. Now it got
A
awkward.
little early, but we can start the wave right now. A little slow one into a bit faster, as we are going to be sending it off. University of Hartford finishing off their first playoff win in their competitive history. Thank you all for watching.
Take care.
Bye-bye.